The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
And it is Wednesday. Welcome to another Dorkening podcast and video show and whatever you may call it. But you know what? Snooper's gonna snoop. Talking WandaVision. James, isn't that right?
Oh yeah, Snooper's gonna snoop.
Snooper's gonna snoop.
But God forbid if you spoil anything.
It was Mephisto. Mephisto all the time. Steven.
I think the title and that little jab was directed towards me, but I'm gonna let it slide.
I'm not you. You're the one who interpreted. I just said spoilers. Watch out those spoilers. Because you got
I'm
Mephisto
smiling about it.
You got Mephisto in the Winter Mephisto.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can't be mad at me because none of my stuff came true.
None of my stuff came true too. I'm like, how many theories did we all throw out here in 7 weeks and 0 of it came true?
Yeah, 100 of them probably came from Leo on Reddit. So
yeah. So
Exactly.
I have a theory about that. So we were talking about this yesterday. Actually, we did an awesome coverage on Vision Quest. Have you guys read Vision Quest?
Wasn't that part of like Earth Quest and Wind Quest and Fire Quest? Those Atari 2600 like
and
tournaments. You could,
Vision. So
nice. I never played that one.
Which one?
Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Vision Quest, West Coast Avengers run.
He didn't even get the joke.
I didn't know. Sorry. Okay, so Vision Quest, West Coast Avengers run, and actually ties in a lot to WandaVision.
Yep, that in the visions, and yeah, that whole arc was directly ripped from a lot of the stories. So
yeah, well, even with there's one scene when they're going to like the bad guys' headquarters, and Hawkeye realizes that most of his headquarters is built like a movie set, and so I'm thinking that's where they got the idea for like the TV and everything on a set.
yeah, I mean, I know a lot of interviews from the show creator, which I didn't realize was a female. I didn't know that was a woman showrunner, so I was very impressed to see that. I mean, we really didn't talk about episode 7 or episode 8 or 9, because we took the week off. So I mean, we have 2 very large episodes to dissect. After it, yes, Rich, you have to make yourself not Facebook user. To know that is you, because if not, it just says Facebook user.
Yeah, I think you need to like StreamYard on Facebook in order for that to happen, possibly.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, it was very impressive the way they did the story to make it better. And she kind of came out, was talking about a lot of the stuff after the fact. So I got some quotes from it we can go over. She said over the development over a while. So no, you're so funny, Rich, not mysterious. Wrong.
Is he
franchise.
Mysterio?
Yeah, he's exactly right. That's what I say.
So let's talk about the fan theories and everything. And, I was so addicted to New Rock Stars, and I don't think I'm going to watch them again because, how they dive deep into everything and how every little thing was either Mephisto and even on Reddit. So I have a theory about some of the spoilers because there were some people that were spot on for some episodes. Like what they said and what happened in the episode was literally scene for scene. They had to be on set. And a matter of fact, one of the spoilers they gave was actually something that was said in the last episode where they said one of the.
Do you want to say a big spoiler warning for this? Because I know, like
Sure.
I said,
Okay. Yes. You know what? I'll make a little banner for it as well.
Just to make sure, like I said, it's one of the things, like a lot of the stuff we're talking about happened in the last 2 episodes. Like Leo said, there's a lot of theories out there. The majority of the theories were 100% disproven. And especially some of the stuff we're going to talk to is going to lead into other MCU properties.
Yeah.
That in stories moving forward. So
yeah. So my theory is I think that the mouse actually did some of the leaking to really get people discussing it, and that got into everybody's fan theories, and it definitely added to the marketing. But I think they did that on purpose.
Well, Paul Bentley helped out drastically by saying I never worked on screen with this actor before, and it was himself, which I thought was fantastic.
And that was taken off of Wanda's who played Wanda. I forgot her name.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes. What she said, where the last episode, it's a Skywalker moment. Or the writer actually,
yeah. She said there's a Skywalker like reveal in the series.
Yep.
I still don't believe that moment ever happened. I know everybody was to say it was Evan Peters coming as Quicksilver, but that again that got super debunked the farther we got away from that.
Yeah.
For me, the absolute ending of that, the second credit scene,
yes,
that it was the moment in my head that was like, I cannot wait. I'm already excited for Doctor Strange 2. This got me even more excited for Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, same. And it set basically this set the pace and it set the ground running for Doctor Strange 2. Didn't need to set anything else up. I mean, basically we know it's literally Doctor Strange 2 could pick up right here. Well,
yeah, because I know that, yeah, right, like literally like that was the clip right there before the mouse comes after us.
Yeah.
Come at us, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
oh boy. Here's a cease and desist. Get him, Goofy. No, I mean, that whole end episode was very well done. I Jen kind of fell off the last 3 episodes. She kind of lost interest and was getting more and more frustrated of how the show ended, how the show actually was done after those big reveals occurred. She even told me after watching on Friday, she goes, I didn't like this episode. She goes, these last couple episodes like ruined the series. Which was interesting because she was invested, and I kind of was like, no, I really liked it. I liked the way it ended. Because I think she even said the most is like, it really didn't move the plot. It didn't really move the MCU forward at all. Really, it was kind of one of those like it's a story within a story. Because you got to think that all this stuff happened over a period of like 3 days or for like 4 real world days.
Yeah.
Just by the couple of the day and night transitions that we saw.
Well, and we saw that she created those as well because she forced it to be night when she was walking.
I mean, outside of the hex.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was daytime when the second episode, the Bewitched episode, where you find out they finally break through with the radio. That's daytime in the hex, but it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Outside of it. So, for me, we can definitely go, definitely more into it. But for me, the overall impact of the series, I like how they developed her character to a point where it was very much lacking. And I think you're going to get that with Sam Wilson moving forward in the Falcon and Bucky show, because that's what it should be called. Just that's what it is. And I think you're going to get a lot more of the Sam Wilson backstory in that series, because you actually gave her a character, you gave her personality, you gave her, a better backstory, which has been, she's been in 3 major Marvel movies, and she's literally just this person from Sokovia who doesn't know her powers.
Yep.
Woohoo. And she loves vision, but they got deeper into that, and she, in that whole thing, especially in that final episode where she's like, you want my powers, take them. I don't want them. I just want to be with my family. If it's my you want my powers and I can keep my family, take them. I don't care.
Yeah. But at that time, I think she knew that was a false promise as well, because that's when she started throwing the runes around as well.
Yeah, I mean, the whole misdirection thing is a huge thing, but it was just very well. It's not the ending I think we all wanted as fans. He's not the hero we need. It's the hero we deserve. But it was one of those things where the ending was satisfying. For me, it was a satisfied ending. Elizabeth Olsen just crushed it. Agatha, her name is blanking on me. Yes, crushed it. And the way they ended that, for damn straight she's going to be in Doctor Strange. I bet money that she's going to make, because remember, she's like, I know where you are if I need to find you. If anybody can, if the foreshadowing police was like, hi, who's that? It's foreshadow. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, she's stuck there. So is she stuck in this mindset if she's always going to be the neighbor, because the hex is technically gone now? Or is she somewhere else? So that's very curious to see what they actually did with that character.
The spell was outside the hex.
No, she was still in the hex because the kids were still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, it was right by the gazebo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because it was in the rune, and she was powerless.
Yeah.
But even with Jen watching hey Tim, watching the episode where you kind of get more backstory and you start learning more about it, and I was like, and then you start learning. Oh
no, it was after the hex.
No, it was in the hex.
Yes.
No, because she walked back. I'm gonna rewind it. I got it right here. It was after the hex.
No, it wasn't, because she changed him. She changed her back to the neighbor.
She did, outside the hex.
Okay, show me it.
So here she's walking back after saying goodbye to
okay. Forward or long?
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going. Nope. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm 30 seconds at a time.
Okay. Where is it?
Where is it? What?
Go back to the hex. Go when she beat her. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
You're gonna be right. Yes.
Keep going. Right. Oh, look at that right there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. And I just watched this too.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention.
I was paying attention.
I watched it at 3 a.m. and I paid attention.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Leo. Get your head in the game.
This was the 4th time I've watched it too.
Exactly. So I've watched it once, and no, like I said, even that whole sequence where she finally becomes the Scarlet Witch, I thought it was such an epic moment, because at that point in time there was no doubt about it. She is the most powerful Avenger, and she's having her moment. And realistically, and I didn't realize this, and I wanted to bring it up a couple episodes. I hint this is not a political statement, but I think it's very interesting. 4 out of the 5 main leads in this story were female. and all 4 of them crushed it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I agree.
So again, it goes back to one of those things like, and I use Captain Marvel, the movie, as an example of this. It's not about acting. It's about direction and writing.
And delivery.
Exactly.
I know, because I still believe there's certain parts of Captain Marvel that Brie Larson's very, very good at. And I feel like they used a lot of one cuts, like bad takes, because Brie Larson is a very good actress. And I feel like she just got bad direction. Because you see her, she's a better character in Avengers Endgame than she is in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And the big difference was writing and directing. And then look at Scarlet Witch compared to the other roles she's been in. It's writing and directing. So, you know, if and I'll even use Ghostbusters, I Answer the Call as an issue. Those actresses were fantastically funny. That came down to writing and studio interference. But like a lot of that writing in that movie could have been a lot better. But it's like writing and directing, anybody can be good at. It does not just boil down to the actors.
I agree. So obviously this was a smash hit. Totally amazing. And I'm happy it did not go the way of the fan theories. I'm happy that I was surprised by the ending, and it had such a touching ending. Like, I was bawling my eyes out at the end. The goodbye, holy shit. You know, tucking her kids in for the last time and thanking them for.
I mean, as the only one who has kids, I think on the on a couple shows,
yeah,
that hit too. That hit hard, a lot. And this goes back one of the quotes. So the showrunner came out and said, they asked about why was Mephisto not in there? Why wasn't there like a true big baddie? And she said, because grief was the villain.
Yeah.
Her grief was the villain. And, Agatha Harkness was just an added bonus to the show. But the whole story was her dealing with her own grief and how people deal with grief. And some of those moments with her and her kids and her husband and all that stuff. And, freaking, the line, what is grief but love persisting? Like, okay, like take a sword and just stab. Like, some of these lines that they gave out was just like poetic, and having Paul Bentley read them and be himself. And it was just like heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking because this is an android who has the mind of Jarvis. And remember that she goes, remember that he goes, I was a voice with no body. I was, and then I can't wait to see what I'm going to be next. And it's just like, like, oh my God. Like, it's just it cripples you. Yep. The writing and the acting in those last 2 episodes between those 2 characters.
Exactly. I watched an interview with the director, and he actually said as well that they cover the stages of grief throughout the story.
Acceptance, bargaining, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
And there is 5 stages of grief, for those of you who don't know.
Yep. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Not obviously acceptance at the end. I have a theory. Here's a fan theory.
It's a Leo special.
It's a Leo special. In rewatching it today, what if Fake Vision implanted his memories from that time in the Hex into White Vision?
Well, you saw he did that.
No, you saw he released his memories from
whatever memories he had, he gave to him.
Well, no, he didn't give
or unlocked them.
He unlocked them. So White Vision had memories of Vision up until he died in Infinity War. But I'm thinking that Fake Vision, the memories that he had created, like, with Wanda within the Hex. I think that maybe he passed that on to White Vision, knowing that he was going to go away.
We don't know. We're going to have to
watch
more.
Exactly. Just superb. Any other thoughts you have? No.
I mean, for me, it very much. I liked how, because I remember this is the beginning of Phase 4. This is the start of the next generation of these movies. And it really, and again, it was their first long tell story, the first episodic, episodic thing. So
yeah, Sharon.
So Sharon, I hope you're aware that they've already said that this was a one-off show. There won't be another season of WandaVision. There might be another incarnation of it, but a lot of these shows are one-off shows.
Yeah.
They're just moving the story forward. So the one thing I will take away is this. I felt like this series, if I'm going to my fandom is done, I'm going to dissect a little more. I felt the show was one episode too long.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt like you could have easily cut some of these episodes differently and still have the same effect. Yes, it's for real. Yep. Same thing. Winter Soldier is going to be its own episode series, and so isn't Loki.
Yeah, and the director, I believe he said, yeah, it is for now. It's planned for just one season, a one-off. But he said he is open to maybe possibly expanding other. Yeah, but all depends on how everything goes down the pike.
Yeah.
But like I said, I felt like you could have, they could have, extended some episodes a little bit longer, shortened them, and kind of, mix it up a little bit. I just felt like it was like one episode too long. So
yeah, Sharon, they ended it that way because that's actually going to lead into Doctor Strange 2.
It's a Marvel show. They always lead into the next.
Yeah.
Entity.
So what we're about to lead into is, from what I understand, we're probably going to get a new Marvel episode of something every week until the end of the year. And everything is going to be building. At least that's...
Why? What else? What else comes out this year that's going to be interconnected?
Loki.
You have Loki, and you have, but again, Loki's doing its own story that's going to connect to other movies. Like, remember, so they're doing multiple.
Probably Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, so that's probably going to tie into Love and Thunder and Guardians 3. You have Civil War. You have the Bucky and Falcon show is going to tie into Black Widow and something else.
Okay, so yeah, WandaVision, Falcon, Loki, Black Widow is not a show, a movie. Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah. Okay.
What if Miss Marvel?
So Miss Marvel will tie, probably that will have to do probably with more of Monica Rambeau in Cap Marvel too. Yep. So
Hawkeye, Eternal.
And I think Hawkeye ties into Black Widow.
Yep. And then Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man ties into WandaVision and Doctor Strange too.
Yep.
So it's not gonna be as, it's actually turning into comic books. Like this is what they always wanted to do, is they want comic books. So how many different story arcs do you have going in the Marvel comic?
You got to get the crossovers, you got to get them.
Yeah. And this was the same exact thing we said when we reviewed this today on our podcast. If you look at Phase 4, they're not building up to one big thing. They're just doing small things to build up to a big thing.
Well, I think there's going to be multiple big things. I think they said that we're not going to get a Infinity War saga again.
Yeah.
Feige said there's no more 22 movie arcs. There's going to be 3 to 5 movie TV show arcs moving forward.
Yeah, it's like a EKG machine. You get like small little mountains, and then you get really big.
It's going to be
so.
It's going to be going from an omnibus to a graphic novel.
Yeah, and like I said, and you got to think of some of the stuff they're leading up to, they're hinting at. They're definitely leading into West Coast Avengers
Yep.
and Young Avengers very hard.
Yeah.
They're banging that hard. And then you also have the Thunder Rosses that is going to be coming out of Black Widow and Hawkeye and Falcon and Bucky. So you have that going on, and then you have Thor: Love and Thunder, and you have Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy wrapping up their arc.
Armor Wars.
You know, you have Armor Wars, you have Ironheart, you have, you know, Secret Invasion, you have Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel 2. And like I said, this is all leading to bigger projects, which will be probably on the big screen. Secret Wars is, and even the Russo brothers said, we'll come back for Secret Wars. If that's where we're leading up to, they'll come back to this. But again, they have a lot of other stuff to do, and they have the blessing of the fans to do it. And they're gonna be as, don't forget, you have also the Eternals coming out that's going to introduce Celestials and that whole other arc that's probably going to interconnect with Thor: Love and Thunder and Guardians 3. So it's going to be very much, it's like that meme of like from Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he has like the thought board behind him and he's that's what it's going to turn into, which again, that's what comics always were. It was taking stories from different comic books and overlapping them and just building this huge world, and their world building. And I'm all for that, you know, and they're doing it right because they're taking characters you don't know about. How many people after episode 1 and 2 WandaVision Googled House of M? They Googled the Visions, the Vision Quest. Because when people started doing their breakdowns, what were the one things they were hinting at? What, you know, they're looking who's Wonder Man, you know, all that stuff. Like, it's building these worlds, it's introducing these characters to new people, and they're doing it right. In my opinion, they're doing this very, very well, and they're doing it correctly. Yeah, they're not dumping these characters on your lap being figure it out. They're going back and telling their story.
Also, let me ask the people out there, and I put this post question out too in our show. If you were someone who didn't read comic books and someone who was watching WandaVision without any knowledge, and and for us, we knew Agatha Harkness. We knew about her and all that stuff. And when she was introduced, we're like, oh, okay. But if someone was like, oh, who's this person? And then they paint the picture of like 2 episodes later, that's great. They're stringing you along for someone who isn't well versed into it. So that's good on Marvel to introduce new people into it.
Well, introducing new people, and also they are not following the storylines panel by panel. They are taking a new direction. They are grabbing ideas from these storylines and then creating something totally new, which is awesome because in reading the older storylines, some of the stuff is ridiculous. Like Vision Quest, which a lot of this is built on, it's a lot of it is, you know, ridiculous. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of relationship. You have, you know, Hawkeye going through a divorce with his wife, and you know, and they're trying to get back together, and it's just it's a lot of relationship storyline that should not be there.
Oh, and one thing too, and again, they're really good, like I said, building the character, making people. The one thing I'm concerned with Marvel, what was the one thing that Stan Lee always used to say about his comic books? This is somebody's first comic. You got to not make it difficult to understand so they can pick up where they are in the story.
Yep.
WandaVision, if you came in like you were in a coma for 10 years, 11 years, and you're like, where I'm watching WandaVision, come and watch it. You sit someone down in that room, what's the first thing they're going to ask? What the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
And if you went in there with no information, nothing about these two characters and what this show was going to be about, would you have stayed with the show after the first 2 episodes?
I would have.
I would have.
If you knew nothing about this stuff. Absolutely nothing. Like, not it. You literally woke up from a coma and you were like, what are you guys watching?
It's hard to say because, you know, it has a unique value, but Yeah, there's a good chance that maybe not, but
But see, and that's my concern is
Yeah.
some of these projects moving forward is how much homework do you have to do to know what's going on? Because like I said, if you watch the show and again, you didn't see Endgame or you saw none of the Marvel movies, okay, what's the big thing about all these people showing back up? Hold on, like, okay, so pause. So you got to then pause the show and ask your friends, like, what's going on?
No, you know what they're going to start doing? As you're reading a comic and they reference something and it says like as seen in Fantastic Four number 14 or whatever, they're going to do the same thing. So you're going to be watching it. They're going to reference something and it's going to pop up on the screen as seen in Iron Man 2.
Well, and that's what's interesting too, because the media, I don't know if you guys saw the social media of Marvel and Disney leading up to the finale, they were telling you to watch these movies to get a better idea of who Wanda was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a pretty good idea what Wanda was. I just watched a whole backstory episode of her.
Well,
who gave me more backstory than the movies did.
Did you watch those like 6-minute episodes between the behind the characters?
You mean like Legends?
Yeah, Legends. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just I would just watch the movie. I would just watch the movies. Like
Yeah,
I was like,
it's I watched them all. It's you're right. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's just like all their scenes like dumbed down to like 6 minutes.
Yeah, so like it's like one of those things. Like a lot of the stuff, and some of the conversations I've had was, I don't want Marvel to go so deep into itself that you don't know what they're talking about without doing homework. And like I said, WandaVision very much flirted that line, I felt like. But again, if you didn't know, like say you were one of the few people who didn't see Endgame or didn't see Infinity War, and you have no idea what they're talking about, yeah, some of those reveals would have been pretty jarring. What if you never saw any of the X-Men movies? How is that Evan Peters thing a big deal? Like, it's just one of those things where you have to know just a little bit of knowledge to know what's going on with some of these reveals. And I'm hoping they don't get too carried away with that stuff.
Yeah. No, I see where you're going with that. Did you watch the interview with the director on Kevin's podcast?
No, I've been reading some of the things from the showrunner where they talk about like how because they brought up the whole thing. She goes, I never thought I know an aerospace engineer thing would lead to this Fantastic Four theory. And so they kind of push it. It's like, we wrote this stuff before half the stuff was announced.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know there'd be a Fantastic Four movie announced, 3 months before our show aired.
Yeah.
Like,
also he sorry, go ahead.
And also in the interview, they talked how when they started working on the show, they literally had to sit down with the production companies or the production teams of Doctor Strange 2, Captain Marvel 2, and like 2 other shows. They said they had to talk to 4 different productions and basically make sure that the characters were on the right trajectory going forward, that they weren't going to, the way I interpreted, a Rian Johnson left turn, that the characters are going to continue in the right arc for the other projects they were going to be involved in.
Yeah, because you get Monica Rambeau. I mean, you're setting up her character for the MCU.
Whatever name she's going to take. She has like 57 names in the comics.
So the director gave a little tidbit of some information, and one of them was some behind the scenes. So we find out who Ralph was. But did you know why his name was Boner?
No.
The director was actually an actor that was on Growing Pains. And that was just a little nod for Boner on Growing Pains.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I liked what was it? I liked the what was it? Shit. I forget now. Oh my god, I forget. Oh my god. Oh, whatever. I'll probably think of it in 10 minutes.
Well, you know what Steven is going to be like blocking out of his mind. He's going to be forgetting until the 18th.
Oh, no. Hold on. I don't want to jump there yet. Did you guys see the Resident Evil poster I sent you guys in the chat?
No.
The new Resident Evil movie got a start date or release date, September 3rd.
Is it a reboot?
Yeah, it's a reboot, and it actually has the characters from the video games in it, like
Really?
all of them.
I thought you were referring to Village because Resident Evil Village is I think getting banned in some Chinese countries.
I'm not surprised because they don't like demons and ghosts and stuff.
Not good tall witches and all that stuff.
Yeah. So they announced.
Oh yeah.
So Resident Evil is getting rebooted.
Yep.
And it's getting released on September 3rd, but it's going to have Jill Valentine, Leon Kennedy, Chris Redfield, Ada Wong, Brad Vickers. Okay, we'll talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a minute. Oh, there we go. So the only person that's not in there is Barry. So
wait, are we getting Jill, the Master of Unlocking?
You, Jill, the Master of Unlocking. So, but it sounds like it's gonna be a mixture of both the first and second games.
Okay, so is this new footage? Like, are these the actual people playing, or
no? This is from the video game.
Okay, I was about to say because they recreated the pixelation perfectly.
I was about to say Paul W. Whoever directed what you call the first one. I hope he wasn't directing this reboot or whatever.
No, it's not. It's but I know this because they're doing this, and then Netflix is doing a Resident Evil show. But that has to do with kids in Raccoon City and doesn't interact with
the events of the game.
The events of the game, but it just takes place in Raccoon City. But yeah, no, it's a Johannes Roberts film. And it's made by Sony. So we'll see how that goes. So it'll be PG-13. So I'll get ready for that. But yeah, no, that looks interesting. Like I said, I've always been on board with the first game as a very good like thriller movie. So I was reading some stuff online today, and they were talking about it either being it was either going to be like it's all going to take place in Resident Evil 2 with flashbacks to the events of Resident Evil 1, which I'm like, that would actually be pretty cool. Like that actually be pretty cool showing them interacting. Or they were saying that maybe they're going to put the events of Resident Evil 1 and 2 at the same time. So while everything's going to shit in Raccoon City, you still have members of stars at the mansion trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm like, these are like good ideas. Like if you're not going to copy the video games, let's Frankenstein it a little bit, because you could definitely do that. So I'm excited. Like I said, especially the way Mortal Kombat's getting hyped up, and it seems like, fingers crossed, that they're actually moving the right direction on some of these video game adaptations, because like follow the video games because they're fucking stories. Like I don't know how much harder you can make this, easier you can make these movies now.
Well, it took them 20 years to get the formula right, and they got it right with Sonic. So
yeah.
Well,
Sonic.
Well, I also feel bad for James Marsden because I always feel like he's just a buddy cop and an animated co-star.
I still need to watch Pikachu.
I did mind Detective Pikachu. I liked it. It was, for me being I had Pokemon Red. Oh, happy 25th anniversary to Pokemon, by the way. Hooray. I had Pokemon Red. That was my Pokemon cartridge when I got it in middle school on my Game Boy.
I never played Pokemon.
I played the first Pokemon, and I think I tried to play the second one that came out. And once they got past the 150 of the Pokemon, I just lost interest.
The only experience I ever had with Pokemon, I was in elementary school. I think I was like 6, and this is when the Pokemon cards were all the hype, I think. And they started trading them in the playground, and then the next day, they were banned. And that was the one and only time I ever interacted with Pokemon or Pokemon cards. I did play Pokemon Snap on the N64, but that was it. Never.
They're coming out with Pokemon Snap for the Switch?
Yeah, but it's not the one we got on N64. It's like an updated one.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a fan. Like I said, for me, I wouldn't mind. Maybe hopefully that'll be like on a virtual download or virtual console or something like that. No, I played it. I never beat it, but I got pretty far into it, and then I got to a point where I just I got bored with it because I'm me. So I went back to like Mario 2 and the 6 golden coins. But yeah, no, it was I don't even know where we got off the train of thought. Oh, video game adaptations. Thank you. But yeah, no, Pokemon was Pikachu was good. They're making another one of those. Sonic 2 has been announced, and that's gonna have Tails in it. Most likely Knuckles as well.
They say that's the third one.
But will we get a Mario movie?
Well, yeah,
They
Illumination.
tried that.
No, Illumination's doing an animated Mario movie.
Really?
Yeah, so the people who do Minions is going to do Mario.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well,
Now, if they can only do a Zelda.
Well, they tried that, but someone leaked it, and then Nintendo said no.
I'm sorry. That's bullshit on Nintendo. Like, dude, just who cares? You literally have people wanting. Then you know what? If you're not going to give me that, give me a live action Metroid.
Yeah. What I would like to see is like if this is like would be a pipe dream, no pun intended, a crossover with like Star Fox and Rocket Raccoon.
Well, Disney just needs to buy Nintendo.
Yeah.
They own everything else. They're starting to become a Polish empire.
What was I going to say? No, well, today is Mario Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like I was surprised nothing dropped for Mario today. There really wasn't any new news, anything new, kind of silly announcements from Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo's kind of dropped the ball. I'm still pissed that they didn't do anything for Zelda. Zelda's 35th.
They might do it tomorrow. They might do it next week. I mean, they're probably waiting until
Zelda's 35th was like 2 weeks ago.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, Japanese are the ultimate trolls.
So
yeah, they are. It's their revenge for us nuking their cities.
Is Super Mario 3D World worth it?
I never like.
Yeah.
I don't like the new Super Mario games. I don't like them. Like Odyssey was really good. I loved Odyssey.
Yeah.
I have no desire to get the Bowser's Fury cat. Like I'm all like, there are cats now. Like meow. Like,
well, if you want to pull the trigger on it, Leo, you got 21 days before they pull it off the shelf.
Well, 21 days for digital. From what I heard, 21 days for digital.
No, physical too. Wasn't it physical as well? They were going to pull everything. They're sticking to their guns with that.
Well, no, it's only the 35th anniversary stuff they're pulling off the shelves. So so whatever's left after a certain date, it must be the 31st. They're not going to produce any more of the Game & Watches or the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. They're not going to make any more of them. So whatever's out there is going to be out there. Same, but they're also going to pull that Mario 35 game on Switch Online, which I don't get because that's actually like a really fun game to play. Like I play that with like a couple people every once in a while, and it's just like this is a fun game. Like I
lost count at how many times I got first place. So
yeah, I enjoy it. Like I said, but again, every time I play, it's always 1-1 and 1-2. The same 2 maps I get, so it's like okay.
I haven't unlocked everything, and it's going to be gone in 20 days.
Yeah.
So I restarted playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I never finished it. It's too, like for me, I love Zelda. Like Zelda is like I love. It's too big of a game for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's big, but so I think my problem. I have old man eyes, and I was getting my ass kicked when I was playing it in the living room on our big TV. I moved my Switch up here and I have it to a monitor where I'm like really up and close, and I'm actually doing okay in it. Like I can take out the Guardians now.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't really like taking out the Guardians. It was like I didn't even get to any of the large animals.
I got one.
I just couldn't. It didn't keep me engaged.
Yeah,
it's too big of a like I play big games. I play the Mass Effect games. I played Red Dead Redemption. I played Horizon Zero Dawn. Those are large games, yes, but
with
at least
epic
like
stories.
With awesome stories. But the problem is like even Zelda's an epic. It's a great story and it's visually pleasing. It just like the energy it takes to like get to that next step is like it shouldn't be this hard. Like, I don't want to find all the temples to get all the heart pieces, to get 13 hearts, to get the Master Sword.
Yeah, you have to get to this, and you have to get to this.
Yeah, like if that's the case, I'll play Link to the Past. Like it's an epic story, and it's condensed a lot quicker.
This,
Yeah,
yes,
like,
that.
and again, it's one of those things. Like I said, do yourself a favor and watch the the Equalitis on Legend of Zelda. It is 30 minutes long, and they tell the difference between going from 2D to 3D and how that changed Zelda, and the game never changed. Exactly. Like Logan, I gave Logan a challenge. I said he wanted the DLC for the game. I said, if you beat the game, I'll buy you the DLC. He's beaten the game and he's at 19%.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I don't want to play your game anymore. I beat the main story and I'm 19% done with the game.
It's like Rockstar with like Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto 5. You beat the story, no side missions. That's like what, 70,
60, 75% or something like that.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't mind that because I played an 8 to 12 to 25 hour game and I progressed. I got better. Like, you know,
and it kept you invested.
Kept me invested. I don't care. I don't want to walk all the way up and beat all the. If I go down the wrong path in Red Dead Redemption, I'm gonna die. I could fend myself off and get where I need to be. I felt like when I went down the wrong path in Breath of the Wild, there's 7 guardians and I have a shield that could take one hit. Like you go from.
I'm replaying Red Dead Redemption 2 just for the hell of it because it's a fucking goddamn good game, and
that first chapter is tough. I hate that intro. Like once you get past them in the snow, and you actually start playing the game.
It's holding your hand in the first chapter, which is tedious, but once it's done, it's like all ease. It's like the training wheels are off. But what I was saying was, we just recorded a throwback movie review for May. Because we're all the way up to May for Tombstone. And I was watching it for the first time, I was getting like Red Dead Redemption vibes. Like they must have like gotten like hundreds of references from Shane to Tombstone to Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. Obviously it's a reference in one of the missions, but holy hell, like Rockstar does like their shit. They get their shit together. And if I can wait this long for Grand Theft Auto 6, I can wait.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like Jen got me Breath of the Wild and I played the hell out of it, but again, I got to a point where it's just like, you know, I can't get the right sword to do anything. I can't get the right shield to do anything. I can't, you know, I'm tired of hunting down these temples. Like it just got to a point where it was like kind of ridiculous, and I kind of like, and again, if you love that game and that's the game you choose to play, dude. Power to you, like great for you, good for you. I'm glad, like that's a game you love, and I'm never gonna tell you, and if you love a game, not to play it. For me, I love Ghostbusters, the video game. Like, I played beating that game 15 times. You know, and I like other ridiculous, silly games too that people be like, that's dumb. Like, why do you play that game? Because I like the game. Like, I can't help myself. But it's just one of those things, like, you know. I wish I liked it. I wish I enjoyed it. I wish like at the end of the day, it's just like, it is what it is.
So what's that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer? I didn't.
You did not watch it?
No, because when I saw
Did you watch it, Steve?
Yeah.
I was at the doctor's office and my like reception was terrible.
So they're literally making a sequel to Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It's retro 2D beat 'em up arcade.
Nice.
And it has, so the trailer is the old school 80s song.
Yeah.
With all the villains like they were in the cartoon, and it's just the side scrolling beat 'em up. Like it looks awesome.
I didn't pay attention, but this is a new studio that's doing it, right? Or it seems
brand new studio, and it's going to be on consoles and PC.
It's very similar. There's another game coming out that is very faithful to another 80s game. So they're doing a sequel to that. So it's like, it's great that studios are paying homage to, 80s games. So.
I'll cut that before we get shut.
Yeah. So it's literally like, it's just like the old Turtles in Time. Like that's all it is. It's a sequel to Turtles in Time.
Nice.
So it's called Shredder's Revenge.
And it's the classic 90s cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
See?
And so this is for Switch. What else is it for?
It's for the consoles.
Okay.
So, and it's just a side scroller beat 'em up. Like Baxter Stockman's in there. You got, you probably Rat King's in there as well. Like, and then you've had to fight off the Technodrome. Like, there it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then there's actually clips like, see?
That is awesome. Oh, wow. Oh, this is a must buy.
Oh, it's 100% a must buy. Like,
Yeah.
and so the whole thing that they've been saying, and I've been reading some of the stuff online, is this is what people want.
Yeah.
Give us the AAA titles on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S. That's great, but we also want like this nostalgia crap. Like,
Yeah.
did you guys order the Xbox Series X when I told you they were in stock?
No, I'm waiting for a PlayStation.
Okay, good luck.
I'm waiting for my stimmy to come in.
Oh, those checks maybe kind of come in the next 2 weeks. What? More Lego kids. Bow, bow, bow.
You get a bonus because you have kids too.
Oh, yeah. I got a fat bonus. And I get an extra $3,600 in child credits.
Oh, wow.
So who got to see Justice League 2 weeks early instead of
I did.
Thunder?
You only saw like what 5 minutes of it before they caught it.
I thought it was like an hour.
I read it was 5 minutes. So some guy watched it and they got 5 minutes into it and then they got pulled. So I don't know how early on to it.
Apparently, someone got through 2 hours of it before they pulled it.
Yeah, supposedly.
I wish it was me that I didn't have to see the other 2 hours.
Oh, you still need to watch it, Steven.
No,
I
worry about
know.
it. You're fine. But I do have to say, like, the marketing that they're doing is very good. Like I said, on Twitter, every day they've been releasing like a little like cut of a lot of new footage for a lot of these characters. And that's what I've enjoyed. I'm like, wow, there's literally a whole separate movie that we're gonna see here.
Yep.
Just by some of the interactions, like the Flash one, looked very interesting because you saw him, save Iris. You saw him in like the nightmare scene with Deathstroke and the Joker. You saw Cyborg. You get more of a better Cyborg background with him. I mean, nothing new with Diana, with Wonder Woman or with Batman.
We don't know yet. Well, no, I heard that there is new scenes with Batman.
No, but I'm saying just like with the trailers, the mini trailers they've dropped. The one today was today's was Darkseid.
Yes,
and it was like really well. You see a Green Lantern like fighting in more prominent setting.
Yeah. So here's my question. This is fan theory.
Well, the Flash one also shows him going back in time or forward in time, which direction he is.
Didn't they already do that?
Well, not in Justice League, and they hinted at it at Batman v Superman. Yeah. Where remember in Bruce Wayne's like dream, you see Ezra Miller.
Hold on, you will need. Well, didn't you just rewatch it, Steven?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Are you?
I rewatched it, Leo.
That's why he said That's why he said didn't that already happen? So you're supposed to see that catalyst, what caused him to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Green Lantern, Darkseid.
Green Lantern, Darkseid.
Flash. Rumor. Spoiler. Reddit.
It totally it flew by me.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what you were. Yeah, we were talking about Green Lantern being in it.
Oh, that was it.
Thank you.
The original poster, which they pulled,
was Unite the Seven. Yeah, we've already talked about this, but we've already know who the seventh person is.
Do we?
Yes, they confirmed that Martian Manhunter's in this movie.
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot about that.
You brought that up, I think, 6 years in a row now. That
Yep.
the poster originally said "Unite the Seven."
Yeah, I know, and I'm still gonna do it until the 18th.
Well, they said. Well, I thought it was interesting. They broke down the chapters
Yes.
that were going to be in each one, and then there's going to be like an epilogue chapter as well.
Oh, for Christ.
So
Jesus Christ. How many fucking chapters are there?
There's 6 chapters.
I think
You
there's
just said there's an epilogue, so there's 7.
Well, yeah, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay.
Just relax. You're gonna just get a 40, get a nice Colt 45 or something. Just just sit on the couch.
okay. So part 1, don't count on it, Batman. Part 2, The Age of Heroes. Part 3, Beloved Mother, Beloved Son. Part 4, Change Machine. Part 5, All the King's Horses. Part 6, Something Darker.
I like that 5th chapter title. All the King's Horses. Couldn't put this couldn't put this cut back together again.
Give it a chance, okay?
Crickets.
I am giving it a chance.
No, you're not. You're
He physically has to give it a chance because he has 2 podcasts that rely on him actually watching the show.
Yeah, this one and my primary one I do every week. So yeah, I'll be watching it twice.
and the review you'll need to do.
Yeah, in 6 months we'll have to do a review.
So let's say this is a success. Snyder Cut blows it out of the park.
I mean, the bar is unbelievably low on this. So
Yeah, but let's say it really does well. Is this going to lead towards a reboot of the DCEU? Is it going to?
That's already happening.
Well, no, it happened, but it was set astray with Whedon.
No, it was set astray with not releasing the full cut of Batman vs Superman and not calling it something else.
Yeah. Do you think they'll go back to like Cavill and Batfleck?
Well, according to the reports that they're rebooting it with J.J. Abrams, so because Warner Brothers can't get out of its own way, it's literally like I want Disney to go like, give me your franchises, we'll take better care of them. Like just give it to us.
Yeah, it's like that South Park episode when they made fun of J.J. Abrams when he wanted to redo the national anthem, and it's probably the same way they asked him to do the whole DCEU. They stand in front of his house and wait for 2 flashes of a house light. And that's probably the same way they asked him.
Yeah. So, well, like I said, I mean, I know Henry Cavill signed a new contract, so let's see what Yeah. It could be him moving forward because I know he wants the role, and I think a lot of people still like him as Superman. I mean, I watched Man of Steel, like I said prior, and like I said, I still believe that's a very good movie. I think it's a very good interpretation of Superman.
Just shave your mustache.
Well, that was Man of Steel. He was fine in Man of Steel.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if he's gonna sign on for more movies.
Well, that was Paramount. That was because he was already shooting Mission Impossible, so that wasn't even his choice. That Paramount was like, you're not shaving your mustache, or we're not paying you. So what would you do? But like for me, it was very much like even some of the stuff in Batman v Superman. I was like, even like him as it is been very well. But the problem is right now with me is I'm watching Superman and Lois, and that Superman has been fantastic, and the writing on that show has been fucking amazing.
Totally agree. And the callbacks to Smallville.
I didn't watch this week's episode yet. I'm my worry about that show is they're gonna, excuse my verbiage, shoot their load way too early, and they're gonna have a bad second and third season.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they already have a show like that in the 90s called Lois and Clark? Or are they kind of retconning that?
Well, no, it's a completely different. So it's taken place in the Berlanti universe.
Yeah.
after Elseworld and Crisis on Infinite Earths, this is the Superman story of this.
Yeah,
And he has kids, he has twin boys, and it's
you can kind of think of this as a Smallville sequel.
but not as teeny drama as it was.
No, I mean you're still getting a little of that, but it's more Superman. It's
very much the Lois and Clark dynamic with their kids.
Yeah,
like how would Superman be as a father?
Yeah,
well, Lois and Clark with kids.
Yeah, well, Lois.
Lois and Clark was very campy. That was very much a '90s show.
Yeah, it was. It was Monster of the Week type of thing, and Lois and Clark are working at the newspaper, and he needs to save her every week.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and you got Mark Hamill as the toy maker.
Yeah. I had all those seasons on DVD at one point. That was one of my. I bought it all and.
Yeah, I have all of Smallville on DVD, and it's also on Plex. But I think it's also on HBO. Does HBO?
On Hulu?
Hulu. Yeah.
I know all of Babylon 5 is on HBO Max. I know they put that on there. Has anyone checked what was been on Paramount Plus? Does anyone
It's just CBS All Access.
Yeah. Yeah, I logged in and nothing's really changed. I mean, it looks like they have some more movies, but yeah.
Well, besides that Real World 20th anniversary thing.
Give me the old road rules Real World challenge. Or just give me back Road Rules.
I don't watch any of that. I've been watching more
shit.
I've been watching more Discovery Plus than anything.
Yeah, you got to give me your login information so I can watch the Back to the Future thing.
Back to the Future thing?
There's the Back to the Future thing where Doc Brown's hunting time with DeLoreans.
Yeah, it's Christopher Lloyd and some guy from one of the expedition shows are hunting for all 7 of the screen used Back to the Future DeLoreans.
On Discovery Plus?
Yeah, it starts on the 15th, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. I can give you my login.
I want to watch it too, so send it my way.
Yeah, no, it's like Leah Thompson's in it, Thomas Wilson, like they all come back in some form as like a cameo.
I've been watching
and it's raising money for like the Fox Foundation or something like that.
Very cool.
So they're looking for DeLoreans around the country, from what I understand, right?
They're looking for the 7 screen used DeLoreans in the Back to the Future movie.
So am I putting 2 and 2 together? Is your friend going to be part of one of those people?
Who, Eric?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have a screen used.
The one that goes to Rhode Island all the time.
Yeah, I'm not really talking to him much lately.
When I moved
you didn't know. It's one of those people's true colors came out last year, and he's one I no longer wanted to be associated with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kind of sad that
it's not. He was very upset when I used a different DeLorean for my engagement shoot and didn't use him.
Oh.
Because that guy was an hour from my house.
I had no idea. I'm sorry.
No, don't nothing to be sorry about. It's his. Hey, it's his friendship, not mine. Anywho, yeah, no, but so Bob Gale comes on the show and basically says like there are 7 screen used DeLoreans. I think in 2 of them, one of them is in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood.
Nice.
That's one of them, and the other one, majority of them are in private collections.
Yeah. When I moved down to Florida, I was doing some driving around, and I ran across a DeLorean dealership.
Yeah, there's one down there. There's one in Houston.
Well, Houston's the big one. That's like their new corporate offices. So all they do is buy up the old DeLoreans and refurbish them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's where you get your parts.
Yeah, if you look, if you're trying to buy a used one, which why would you? The most mileage you get on them is like 80,000 miles.
Yeah, I think they have the DMC company in Houston has a very large stockpile of brand new DMC 12s that were never sold. So
Yeah.
they have like 0 miles on them. But yeah, but like it's like $35,000 to $40,000 for one of them, like brand new, and like you have to pay for shipping and stuff. It's like
when I was at Mohegan at my job, they had the car auction show. And
yeah, that was always a hot ticket. Like when those came across, I remember watching the Barrett auctions, and that one, like the DMC 12, and that bidding got intense.
Yeah, it did. And I was just like, I can't watch this because I'm gonna weep if it goes off the block. And it did, and I just was like,
so. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff on streaming. Like I said, it's streaming's very much coming to its own the last year. I mean, they've literally had the entertainment industry by the balls since starting this time last year.
Well, also cable company has just been slitting its own throat, raising prices and like
But here's the thing. Here's the thing though. They're just biding their time.
No, they're not. They're dead.
No. How much money are you paying for streaming services right now?
A lot less than I was paying for cable.
But for, like I said, for them, they'll just wait, because how many new services have come out in the last year?
Yeah,
that is $5 to $10 a month.
You don't subscribe to all of them. I'll cancel.
I subscribe to all of them. Well, not all of them, not Discovery Plus, but I mean,
like I just subscribed to give it a try for Walking Dead AMC Plus.
I don't have that one.
And they give you like Shudder and something else with it. It's like $8.99 a month.
I know, but I'm just saying, as they control the internet,
yeah,
they control how you get it.
Yeah, but Ajite Pi is gone, so
doesn't matter. They haven't reinstituted those laws yet. Like
they will, though. They will. Have faith.
I understand. I'm just stating, for the cable companies, it's a waiting game for them.
No,
especially when you have the networks behind them. Yeah.
No. Because you know what's going to happen.
Also, for people who don't watch sports, ESPN just paid like $700 million for the NHL. So again, they don't need your money. The major sports companies will pay them billions of dollars to air their stuff.
Yeah, you get sports people that are crazy that need their sports packs and stuff.
Do you know how much Monday Night Football pays the NFL? Like ABC and Disney pays the NFL a year to just play one game a year, one game a week?
A lot.
Almost $1 billion.
Eugene says YouTube TV is $70 a month. Yeah, that's why I don't watch live TV. I canceled my Hulu Plus live. I don't watch any live TV.
It's a waiting game, man.
Yeah.
They can last longer than you can.
No, because I have faith that municipal broadband is going to prevail.
PBS.
No, I mean,
that's why Sesame Street is now owned by HBO.
No, I have municipal broadband, and they give you gigabit for, I think it's like $80 a month. It's crazy.
So you go talk to Congress and go talk to your representative and see how fast they shoot you down on that.
Mr. Pond goes to Washington.
Mr. Pond there we go. Exactly. Mr. Pond goes to Washington. As for, again, not trying to be political, as a bill to give people money to get through the pandemic, half the representatives voted against it in both chambers. You really think they're worried about municipal broadband when they have lobbyists in their pocket being like, don't worry, we're going to give you $100,000 in your reelection campaign every month during your reelection fund. Just don't let that get out of committee.
That needs to change.
Yeah, okay. You got Time Machine to go back to 1782?
We're also going to have Tesla Net.
Yeah, just like we're gonna have the vacuum tube underground railroad in the United
Teslanet.
States.
How did that last with the Sega Channel? Both of those they were going to be obsolete.
No, the satellite internet.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
almost positive. Yeah, I'm almost positive. I would like to see stars at night and not satellites. Just saying.
I know, but it's gonna happen.
Does anybody realize the more satellites we have in orbit, the harder it is for us to get off the planet when it goes to shit? Just saying. Or unless we're just praying for the almighty great asteroid to come and just end it all. Asteroid 2024.
We're getting a space hotel in 2027. And it looks like the one from 2001: Space Odyssey. From what
we all know how that ended. The only thing left would be the rovers on Mars.
Yeah. I know we're running on time. There's something else I was going to say. I can't remember.
Coming to America.
Oh, yeah. That was really good.
I haven't watched it.
Watch it.
I'm sorry. I watched Raya and the Last Dragon, which was fucking fantastic.
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah. Coming to America. If you enjoyed the first one, it's as like
isn't the quintessential sequel as it's the same story?
Yes. No. I mean, it has the same beat for beat as the first one, but it doesn't have the.
No, because he's not going to America to find.
So why is it coming to America? Why isn't it coming to wherever they live?
Okay, so Eddie's character is. Do you mind if I spoil or?
No, I don't care.
Okay. So spoiler for Coming to America. His father passes away, which it is hilarious how they do it. And there is a kind of warring nation. So the neighbor, the princess that he was going to marry, that he told to bark like a dog, she's still barking. And her father,
brother.
Her brother? I thought it was her father.
Wesley Snipes, her brother, yeah.
So anyway, Wesley Snipes is pissed off that happened, and he's waiting for the king to die, and then he's going to assassinate Eddie Murphy because he doesn't have a son, and there's nobody to take the throne. So if he assassinates Eddie, then he can become king or whatever. So Eddie finds out he has an illegitimate son, so he travels to America to find his son. And then brings the son back, and then wants to set up an arranged marriage. And then,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Okay.
It's definitely classic Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. Well, you guys have anything else before we wrap it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, on that note, Steven, where do you like people interacting with you?
Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have 2 podcasts. Our second show, CSI The Vegas Files, season 3 will air next week. And our primary show, Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the audio files, a new episode every week. We just recorded episode 137 today. That comes out on Monday. Prince Hakeem, The African Dream. That comes out on Monday. And you can find those shows on the Dorkening Podcast Network. And we have a Patreon, as you can see right here. You could just check it out. So, yeah, and you can find me here on Wednesdays, where I get pretty much a 4-on-1 beat down every week.
Nice.
It wasn't bad today.
Yeah.
Jay.
Well, next week, so you can find me at my personal Twitter and Instagram at Longtime Storm. Nothing fun and exciting happens on those. What you want to do is check out It's Go Time with Jay and James, my podcast here on the Dorkening Network. With that in mind, next week we are taking over this time slot. So 9 o'clock next weekend. Yes, next Wednesday it is St. Patrick's Day. So it's St. Patrick's Day Spectacular with It's Go Time with Jay and James. No, you're on the show. You're just not producing.
I'm on the show.
And I am.
And so isn't Steven, and so isn't Patrick, and so isn't some other people.
Okay, I thought you didn't be on.
No, I said I want you on, but I don't want you producing it. I can produce it.
Okay.
Like I said, I told you have the night off from producing, but you still have to be a host on the show. You're my guest. You two are my guests on the show. Patrick is too.
Okay.
But grab a Guinness, wear your green, grab an Irish drink, have some fun. We're gonna play some games. It's gonna be a very lighthearted show. No talking about Justice League, no talking about Mephisto, no Reddit. We're literally gonna be playing games. And the cool thing about these games is we're going to be playing them as a group, but the great thing is the people watching the show can interact and play the games as well because they're all web-based, and we'll give you the login codes to join us in these games. If you want to know what some of these games are, they're made by the Jack and the You Don't Know Jack crew. So they have a party pack. Yep. So they have a party pack of games that we've purchased that involves different games. There's trivia games. There's, the Mad Lib type games, all this stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be playing these games, just having a, laughing, drinking, very low key fun day. So check it out. That's 9:00 next week. That's St. Patrick's Day here on the Dorkening Podcast Network and the Dorkening Network. There probably won't be an audio version of it because it's going to be very visual. So the only way really to experience it is being alive to see if Leo can be as funny as he can be. Steven can be as trivia smart as possible. Patrick can be as funny. A lot of this stuff is very much audience participation. We want to hear it from all of our friends and family. So, and followers and all that. So definitely tune in. It's going to be a different show, a different type of show. I don't think there's a show we've done a show like this ever. And maybe it's something that's good and we get good feedback. Maybe it's something that we can, Leo can do, we can do here on this Wednesday, not with my show, or if Steven wants to do it with his show, I'll definitely give him the logins to play the games. But definitely tune in next week, and it's going to be fun, festive. It's been a shitty year. It's literally been a shitty year. So we figured why not, try something new to kind of kick everything off. And so tune in 9:00. It's Go Time live here on the network.
Nice. So for me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not, but we have some awesome stuff coming up. I set up a very cool interview for next Saturday. Not this Saturday.
Ooh.
I am going to be talking to somebody from Jaws.
What?
Yeah.
Calling me
you got Dreyfus, didn't you?
Did not get Dreyfus. The little kid.
Oh, okay. Did you know? Did you ever see the article? And maybe you can ask him about this. That him and his mom, who the actress who played his mom, like met years after the fact.
Yeah. At
like an ice cream shop in Martha's Vineyard, of all places.
I think he runs or he owns a restaurant in Martha's Vineyard. He does cameos from the beach where he got eaten.
That's fantastic.
I also read, I think it was a couple of years ago, the mother, the woman who plays the mother, until from when that movie came out till a few years ago, people would come up to her and ask her to physically like slap them like in the movie.
Oh, nice.
But up until a few years ago, she would tell them, no more. She doesn't do that anymore. She's retired.
Nice. Well, it's going to be, a fun talk. It's pretty crazy. And also we have a contest going on for splash pages. So if you check the link in the show notes, the King Sumo link, I am doing some decal giveaways. James, I saw you entered. If you wanted a decal, you can just ask.
13 times I entered.
I got that one going again.
You got it. Oh, maybe I'll send you. But yeah, no, 13 times.
Okay. Yeah, no. If you want something special, just let me know.
I know. Like I said, if I win, I'm just going to give it back to whoever else wins. But I want, because you talked about it, I wanted to try it out. So I mean, you could literally delete all my entries. I don't care. I just wanted to make sure you guys got entries.
Well, actually, I'm giving away 3 sets. So
okay.
Yeah, so I already have the Batman's cut, but I'll probably cut some more. So I need to cut the Superman, and I'll probably cut some like Wonder Woman or something. Do like the Trinity.
No, you gotta do like Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, okay.
Or like Flash. Oh.
But these it's using outside vinyl, so it can go right on your car. It'll last for like 5-6 years, whatever. So
ooh, look at that.
Totally. I haven't been able to get that up and going on my Mac. I had to run it on PC and I didn't have the software anymore, so I haven't been able to cut. So I found a plugin for Illustrator that now works on Mac. And
oh, nice.
yeah, it's awesome. I just go into Illustrator. It recognizes my plotter, even shows me, my plot zones. I can just plunk a vector in it. And I found on Etsy people selling vectors. So I found a nice Joker vector that I'm going to cut for our Velvet Joker, Rich. So
Ooh,
fun stuff. Well, anyway, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.